Sam, there's been quite a few times this season where you've stepped into the lineup and made a big impact. What are you looking forward to being able to, bring to this group?
Yeah, I mean the team's played really well, so it's we're it's always nice to get back in the lineup, and I feel confident. I just even when I'm out, I continue to work on my game so that when I'm called upon, I'm ready to go, and yeah, just looking forward to get back in there tonight.
Of course, tonight looking for a bounce back and that game on Saturday, hopefully in the rearview mirror. But is there an element of that adds some momentum and kind of an extra jump in the group step?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when we were going through that streak, there's probably games that we didn't have our best that we find ways to win, and that's what happens during streaks like that. And I think you look at the road trip on a whole. I think there were some good things that we did and come out of it 1 and 2. So it's just about getting back to our habits and our details and making sure we're playing the right way. I think we have the group in here to kind of rectify the situation quickly and kind of make sure we have a good game tonight.
So your last game was January 25th. Do you do anything different, I guess, when you're not playing consistently to make sure you're staying in game shape?
Yeah, I think you just have to make sure that you're staying sharp in a lot of different ways. I think number one, your pace and your energy and your cardio has to be there, but then you're not getting the touches in practice that you would get in a game for the most part. So, just taking pucks off the wall and making plays off of it. I think something I try to work on when I'm not playing, so that I'm sharp when I get back into the game. And hopeful. I feel great tonight and can get on a bit of a roll here.
Sam, when you were taken out of the lineup, I can only imagine how disappointed you were, but you understand that this is a business, and yet that next practice, you showed up with a smile on your face and you were making sure the guys were having a good time. Why is that so important for a guy like you, who's considered a leader in that dressing room, to bring that emotion and make sure that you're continuing to encourage your teammates, even if something not something you're looking forward to happens?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you want to play every night, and you're never happy about not playing. But I think, as the year goes on, you just want to find a way to create value any way you can. You can do that, playing 20 minutes or being out of the lineup. There's ways you can create value for the group. I think that's the main focus. I think if we're going to be a successful team, everyone has to be pulling on the rope, and everyone has to be doing their part. And regardless of your role or how much you're playing, you could still find ways to do that. And I think that's where my focus is. I've tried to keep it there all year, regardless of what the situation is. So, it's not always perfect. You're going to let it slip sometimes, but I think that's what the focus. That's why I try to focus on, at least.
How would you describe your time in Detroit? It's parts of 3 seasons there.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. They treat you really well. It's a really underrated place to live, and my family had a great time there. So I think playing for that organization, original 6 team, there was a lot to like about it, and still have some good friends over there. So. Certainly a great place to play, but hoping to get a win against them tonight.
What do you think of the stalls in the dressing room with Lidstrom there and then Ted Lindsay? Just a way to kind of pay homage to past players who were great there.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Obviously I still have some nightmares about playing against Lidstrom and Datsuk and Zetterberg and those guys, but it's always cool. I mean, I'm a fan of the game and the history of the game. So to go into that dressing room and see those stalls, I thought it was really cool.
Obviously, you don't want to lose games, but do you think having a few losses here after such a long streak is a good reminder for the team ahead of the playoffs just how hard it is to win in this league?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've dealt with our fair share of adversity this year. Obviously not the start that we wanted, but we continue to find a way to battle back and get back to our habits and what makes us successful. So it's just another test for us, and you want tests going into the playoffs and making sure that you're staying sharp on those details that ultimately win you games come playoff time. So I think, like you said, you never want to lose games, but there's always learning experiences within them, and we just got to continue to grow here.
Sam, the mindset of being able to add value no matter where you are in the lineup, is that something that you've found that you've had to grow into, or is there someone that has been able to, or maybe many people who have kind of influenced that along the way?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've had a lot of guys throughout my career that I've watched. Doesn't matter kind of what their role is and how they're playing or whatever. They still try to bring that energy and bring value to the room, and it's something that I've really had to work at to get better at. I think as a younger player, especially when you're have high expectations of yourself, you can let your confidence and your attitude waver depending on the situation. And I think that's something I've learned over time. It allows you to be happier. It allows you to kind of help the group on a day-to-day basis, even if things aren't going personally your way. And then when you do get the opportunity, it allows you to be ready for it. So it's something that I've really had to work on and learn. And I don't think it's something I was great at early in my career. So I think the experience helps, and you just keep pushing forward and trying to get better, not just as a player, but as a person and as a leader. And you hope that it helps the group for sure.